Yesterday, Bernie, the vice president goes out on the lawn at the White House. Now, remember, the vice president casts the tie-breaking vote in order to have this big, beautiful bill pass that is doing all this devastation. So he's right at the heart of this. He's like, his vote secured the fact that 15 million people are going to lose health care. His vote secured the fact that all sorts of ordinary families just having child nutrition are going to lose that because they want to fund tax breaks for billionaires. So he's the one who came out on the lawn and keeps reporting the big lie that Tina's referring to. Let's have an honest conversation. We know that the healthcare system can be improved. You know, the cost of drugs in the United States is so much higher than any other developed country. Well, everybody in America understands we put more into the R&D of drugs than any other nation. We should get the best price in the developed world, not the worst price. That'd be something in a bipartisan way we should fight for. And there's area after area we could improve healthcare, but this administration comes in and says, well, if we're the billionaires, we don't need to improve healthcare because they buy, you know, platinum-plated plans. They probably have personal physicians following them as they jet set around the world. We don't have to worry about that. Those families out there struggling, well, just too bad because they're not in our circle. This is a horrendous vision for America. We have a better vision as Democrats. And it's not families lose, billionaires win. It's not the red carpet for the billionaires and the red tape for struggling families. It is families thrive and billionaires pay their fair share.
All right, Ed Monkey joined us late. Ed, do you want to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you, Bernie. And who voted against Medicaid on the floor of Congress? Republicans. Who voted no on Medicare on the floor of the Congress? Republicans. Who voted no against the Affordable Care Act? The Republicans. Who voted to repeal all of these Medicaid and Affordable Care Act, and Medicare, and NIH, you know, funding? Republicans. So they harbor an ancient animosity towards all of these programs. And they've been waiting for Donald Trump, their hero, to finally arrive, to give them the capacity to begin to strip all of these medical benefits off of the books. And how'd they get on the books? Well, in 1900, life expectancy in the United States was 48 years of age. And then the progressive movement started. Clean air, clean water. Vaccines, Medicare, Medicaid, coverage for everyone. And the Republicans have always resented the fact that those programs protect every family. And so, yeah, so JD Vance, he just tells the big lie, you know, to attempt to repeal it. But Elizabeth and I in Massachusetts, here's what's at stake. 300,000 people are going to lose their health insurance with these Medicaid cuts. 300,000 people. 337,000 people are going to see their health care premiums skyrocket, 50%, 75%. That's 637,000 people just in our state. And of course, it's tens of millions of people across the whole country who are going to be affected by this, and it's the Republican attack. And so GOP has really always stood for get old people, you know? How do we get at Social Security? How do we get at Medicare? How do we get at Medicaid? And just to follow up on what Peter said and you said, Bernie, 2/3 of people in nursing homes are paid for by Medicaid. But here's the other factor. Half of them have Alzheimer's. Half of them. And that's Medicaid. How do we take care of Alzheimer's patients in America? It's Medicaid. How do we take care of grandma and grandpa? It's Medicaid. And what they're doing is they're putting a bullseye on Medicaid, okay? And so for these families in our country who don't merely even think about it, what the Republicans are being honest about, they're saying the quiet thing out loud again. You know, it's yeah, we hate these programs. We've always hated them, and we're going to come for them, and we're coming for you and your families. And so he thinks that people he thinks people are stupid. He thinks people don't understand what's going on. They may be old, they may be sick, they may be minorities, but they're not stupid, okay?
All right.
They know what